Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that button and you can see all of my Peppa videos as soon as they're uploaded. This story is called Peppa's Christmas Wish. It's Christmas Eve and Peppa, George and their friends are aboard the Christmas elf train. Toot toot! They are on their way to Santa's grotto. Everyone is very excited.
Oh, 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 chuckles Father Christmas. I hope you've all been good.
He makes a list of what everyone would like for Christmas. George would like a racing car. Peppa would like a doll. Peppa and her family are spending Christmas with Granny and Grandpa Pig. Granny Pig has an important job for them.
You can stir the Christmas pudding and don't forget to make a wish.
It is great fun. Soon it is bedtime.
I hope Santa knows where Granny and Grandpa live,
whispers Peppa before she falls asleep.
Of course,
smiles Mummy Pig. He's been here lots of times before. It is lunchtime on Christmas Day.
The Christmas pudding is delicious,
snorts Mummy Pig.
I wonder what you wished for while you were stirring it, Peppa.
It is time to open the presents. George has got a racing car.
Brum, brum.
But there is nothing under the tree for Peppa.
Santa has forgotten me,
says Peppa sadly. Santa is on his way home in his sleigh when he spots something on the bottom of his sack.
Oh,
gasps Santa. There is one last present that he hasn't delivered yet.
Here's your present, Peppa,
chuckles Santa, tumbling down the chimney. Peppa is very happy.
My Christmas pudding wish has come true,
she giggles.
I wish that Santa would visit us on Christmas Day, and he has.
Hooray for Santa! Peppa's perfect Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, and Peppa, George and their friends are posting letters to Father Christmas.
George has asked for a train, and I would like a yo-yo, says Peppa. What have you asked for?
Susie Sheep has asked for a scooter. Zoe Zebra has asked for a bat and ball, and Danny Dog has asked for a rocket. They are all very excited.
We're going to get our Christmas tree now, says Peppa.
Daddy Pig chooses the best Christmas tree. Mr. Bull carries it to the car.
The tree is not going to fit,
he says.
We'll just have to choose a smaller tree, says Mummy Pig.
No need for that,
says Daddy Pig.
I'll carry it home. It can't be that heavy.
Daddy Pig carries the enormous Christmas tree all the way home.
Hooray!
cheer Peppa and George when he arrives. It is a lovely tree, says Mummy Pig. Thank you for carrying it, Daddy Pig.
You're most welcome,
says Daddy Pig.
Now let's get it decorated.
First, Peppa drapes tinsel on the tree. Then George hangs the baubles.
Hee hee hee.
Mummy Pig turns on the fairy lights. Click! Finally, Daddy Pig puts a star at the top. There, he says. The tree looks perfect.
Now, let's leave a snack for Father Christmas,
says Daddy Pig.
Why doesn't Father Christmas use the front door instead of the chimney?
asks Peppa.
Good question, Peppa, replies Daddy Pig. If you see him, you should ask.
Peppa and George excitedly head upstairs to get ready for bed.
Night-night, says Daddy Pig, tucking Peppa and George in. Sleep well. After the door closes, Peppa whispers to George,
Let's stay awake all night and see Father Christmas.
But George is already fast asleep. Soon after, Peppa falls asleep too. Suddenly, there's a loud thump. It's Father Christmas on the roof. He looks at his present list.
Peppa wants a yo-yo. George wants a train. Right.
Then he jumps into the chimney, but gets a bit stuck and drops his present list. When he finally gets down the chimney, Peppa and George are waiting for him.
Hello,
says Peppa.
I'm Peppa and this is George. We heard you on the roof.
Merry Christmas,
says Father Christmas. After he gives the children their presents, it's time for Father Christmas to deliver the rest of his presents.
Oh dear, he says, I can't find my list.
Don't worry, Father Christmas, says Peppa. I can tell you about my friends' presents.
Thank you, Peppa,
says Father Christmas, taking notes.
Now I need to get back up the chimney, but it was such a squeeze last time.
Why don't you use the front door? Says Peppa. It'll be much easier.
Great idea, Peppa, replies Father Christmas. Oh, oh, oh.
In the morning, Peppa and George race downstairs to open their presents. George opens his first.
Choo-choo!
He cries.
A yo-yo!
Gasps Peppa, happily tearing off the wrapping paper. They have fun playing with their new toys all morning. Later that morning, the doorbell rings. Ding dong! Susie, Zoe and Danny have come to see them.
Father Christmas got us what we asked for,
says Susie.
Actually, he lost his present list, says Peppa. George and I told him what you all wanted.
Wow! Gasp her friends.
Thank you, Peppa. Happy Christmas, everyone, says Peppa.
Everyone loves Christmas. Peppa's night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and Peppa couldn't sleep. She crept out of bed, said, I'll just take a peep. Then she went to her window. Could Santa be heard? She listened with care. Oh, it's only a bird. She went back to her bed and saw George was awake. Look outside, she pointed. Magical snowflakes. George gazed at the snow. Santa, he called out. Not yet, George, said Peppa, but let's look about. Then suddenly, bang! What could that have been? Had Santa crash-landed, or was it a dream? Then more noises followed, like ouch, eek, and yelp. Come quickly, called Santa. Oh, please, I need help. My sleigh lights are broken. I can't see a thing. I must give out presents. It's awful timing. Oh, Santa, said Peppa, what will light your sleigh? Might this magical unicorn help you find your way? She's perfect, said Santa. Her horn will shine bright. She'll be back by morning, before it gets light. He sprinkled the magic and go, Santa said. Now, Peppa and George, you must soon get to bed. As they waved him goodbye, they heard Santa shout, Happy Christmas to you! Thanks for helping me out! Oh, George, how amazing! But our secret, don't tell. After such an adventure, they slept very well. On Christmas Day morning, all were excited. The gifts were delivered and the kids were delighted. As they opened their presents, "Peppa," Daddy Pig said, "who's that with your unicorn there by the shed?" Peppa winked at George in the twinkling light. They'd never forget their most magical night. Peppa's Christmas Jumper Day. Daddy Pig is getting Peppa and George ready for bed. "Daddy," says Peppa, splashing about in the bath, "where are our jumpers?"
"Which jumpers?"
asks Daddy Pig.
"Our Christmas jumpers," replies Peppa. "It's Christmas Jumper Day at playgroup tomorrow."
"Oh,"
says Daddy Pig. Peppa and George brush their teeth, then Daddy Pig heads up into the loft to find all the Christmas things.
"Here we are,"
says Daddy Pig, holding a huge box.
"Yay!"
cheer Peppa and George. They find their Christmas jumpers, but...
"Daddy," says Peppa, "mine is too small."
"Eek!" squeaks George, trying to squeeze into his jumper.
Says Daddy Pig, thinking. "George, why don't you try on Peppa's jumper? And Peppa, you can try on mine."
Peppa's jumper fits George perfectly, but Daddy Pig's jumper doesn't fit Peppa.
"It's too big," says Peppa, "and it doesn't have any sparkly bits."
Says Daddy Pig. "It's your bedtime now, but we'll sort something out in the morning."
In the morning, Peppa, George, Mummy and Daddy Pig all have breakfast together.
"Right,"
says Daddy Pig after everyone has finished eating.
"Time for playgroup."
"What about my Christmas jumper, Daddy?" asks Peppa. "You haven't forgotten, have you?"
"Of course not."
Daddy Pig winks and hurries to get the Christmas box. Mummy Pig helps George get ready. Peppa puts on a normal jumper and stands still as Daddy Pig ties baubles onto it.
"I really wanted one with sparkly bits, Daddy," says Peppa.
"No problem,"
says Daddy Pig as he finds some sparkly baubles to add to the jumper. Soon, Peppa looks just like a Christmas tree. At the bottom of the box, Daddy Pig finds a big pot of glitter and sprinkles it all over Peppa.
"Ta-da!"
says Daddy Pig, admiring his work.
"One Christmas jumper with sparkly bits. Now let's go, or we'll be late."
Daddy Pig, Peppa and George say goodbye to Mummy Pig and race out of the door to playgroup.
"What a fantastic Christmas jumper," says Madame Gazelle when Peppa arrives. "You're so sparkly,"
cries Susie Sheep. Everyone at playgroup loves Peppa's Christmas jumper.
"This is the best Christmas jumper day ever," says Peppa. "Thank you, Daddy."
"You're welcome, Peppa,"
says Daddy Pig, wiping the glitter off his work suit.
"Happy Christmas Jumper Day!"
And that's the end of the story. Have you had a Christmas jumper day yet? If you enjoyed my stories, check back soon for the next one. Thanks. Bye.